Hello physio friends, I am Sudarshan Joshi, instructor at Brown Institute and you are watching Brown Institute channel for physio community. So today again we have come up with new case study over the gait dysfunction. Case study has three parts: case, treatment and discussion parts. So let's start. A 32-year male patient came to us for complaint of left shoulder pain, left lower back pain extending up to buttocks, as well left knee pain. He had a history of lifting weight 2 months back, and while lifting, his left knee goes into sudden hyperextension. After that incident, he was unable to fully straighten his knee, as well unable to bear weight on that leg. That knee was kept in long knee brace and patient was on medication for 1 week on advice of consultant, and after the long knee brace, after 1 week he is able to straighten up his leg as well as able to walk with slight difficulty. He also told us one unusual symptom that his back and shoulder pain was started after 1 month of injury. That patient also has a lurch while walking as well as terminal flexion and abduction of shoulder was painful. On observation of gait, we found that a small recurvatum present during the mid stance as well as while the swing phase there is minimal knee flexion. While on walking, instead of normal arm swing, he has a left shoulder elevation during walk. On palpation, we got swelling and grade 2 tenderness over the left tibial tuberosity as well as scapular dyskinesis on the left side is also present. Oh, we got where it is going wrong. Because in Brown concept we believe in treating the dysfunction irrespective of pain. So instead of treating each pain individually, we decided to go with gait metrics and myobalance strategies. We started activation of hamstring and quadriceps soleus complex in closed chain. And after these two simple exercises, we asked him, can you walk? Can you walk again for a while? So after walking few steps, his reply was, yes, now my walk is quite easier and less labored. Okay, but what we observed, lurch was disappeared. So there was no lurch while walking. So we asked him just, okay, repeat these two exercises at evening and then came to us tomorrow. He was in slight question. Is it sufficient? I am suffering from 1 month and you prescribed me only 2 exercises. And what about my back and shoulder? We said it's okay, we will take care of it. On second day, patient came up with new energy and very large smile over his face. He says, what you did? Is it magic? You didn't touch my back or shoulder, but both are okay now. Pain was vanished completely. Even the tenderness over my knee was also reduced. Thank you very much. Wow, that's the response what we expected. So commonly we get spinal symptoms after lifting a weight, but here we got a knee injury, a hyperextension injury. And that hyperextension injury inhibits its all prime movers of the knee, that is quadriceps and hams. And patient was walking with help of some medication and with some difficulty. Now this continued walking with compensations lead to new changes. First, for the stance phase, for normal stance phase, we need a triad of muscle, that is gluteus maximus, quadriceps and soleus. These three muscles are responsible for smooth conduction of stance phase, so that weight of our whole body was lifted over the one extended lower extremity. While quadriceps get inhibited, now due to this one player was missing from the stance phase, soleus came into action and get compensated for the quadriceps, inhibited quadriceps. Yes, so stance phase was okay, but due to this additional work over the soleus, now soleus become tight and it leads to a hyperextension as hamstring was also inhibited. Second thing, while the swing phase, what we required a proportionate dorsiflexion, knee flexion as well as hip flexion, and a very minimal amount of lateral tilt of pelvis. It's almost 2 to 3 degrees of lateral tilt. But here again, knee flexion component was missing. So, to compensating this knee flexion, there was exaggerated pelvic hiking, and this hiking leads to a tight quadratus lumborum that causes lower back pain, also radiating till the buttock. Second thing, while walking we require a normal swing on our arms, but here is a scapular elevation. This causes overactivation of upper trapezius, and now it just leaves your scapula in slightly upwardly rotated position, and thus scapular dyskinesis came. This leads to terminal flexion and abduction pain. So once we treated particularly dysfunction, that is quadriceps and hamstring, we addressed these two muscles in the treatment, and once we activated these two prime movers of the knee, the whole compensation chain vanished, and once it vanished, body recovered itself. Quadratus lumborum was now more relaxed because it didn't require your hip hiking for clearing your ground, as well as your scapula didn't require elevation for less weight bearing over the extremity. So once they get relaxed, they came into its natural position, they came into its natural rhythm. So that was a small case study over the gait dysfunction. We'll meet you soon with new case study. Thank you very much.